have been asked to make a video on how I go about learning a melody and how do I go about maintaining that knowledge of the tune in my head. Somebody commented and said, you seem to know hundreds and hundreds of tunes. How do you keep all that in your head? Number one, practice. You know, if you have a repertoire, someone says to me, what's your repertoire, Adrian? And I say, oh, over 1,000 tunes. You know, there was all these wonderful tunes from New Orleans. And I remember the band I was in when I was 15 years old, you know, they had a huge repertoire, just tune after tune after tune and learning the melodies to all of them. It's simply practice. You need to keep going over these tunes, not just before the gig, not on the gig. Keep every day, go through your list of tunes. I'm just doing it now with the tune Shreveport Stomp. In my head, I go, yeah, I know that tune, great, let's do it. The truth of the matter is, this morning when I went, right, today I'm going to practice this tune, it took me 4 or 5 times before I got that phrase right. But in my head, that is in my repertoire. So it's very important to keep up to date with your repertoire. Keep going over the things, you know, that you know, or you say you know, or what's on your list. When someone says, oh, what's your repertoire? And you hand them a list of tunes, make sure you know those tunes and you know those melodies. If I'm learning a tune that I've never heard before, or I want it to be embedded in my head, this importance of the end of a melody being, to me, the end of the melody, you must play the whole melody, right? And there's variations on the melody, you know, it depends who you're listening to. If you're listening to Louis, you're going to get a very good version of it. If you're listening to Jonah Jones, it's going to be slightly different. If you're listening, you know, but what I mean is the melody. If we take a tune like Careless Love, this is Careless Love. So if I'd never heard that tune before or I'm listening, I always start by learning the last phrase of the melody. So with Careless Love, it's... That's the last phrase. So we know that it goes, you fill my body with body boom boom. And then that last phrase. And then do it again from the same place. And what are the 4 bars before the last 8 bars that we already know? You go to my head just like wine. So we just learned that phrase. Now we put that with everything we've just learned. Now the end. And now all we got is the first bit of the phrase. So we're already getting better at the end of it. When we get to the end of that tune, it's going to be, great, we recognize this, we know where we're going. So every time you're playing it, you're playing the end of the melody. So the first phrase. It's the same as the last one, pretty much. So now we can put the first phrase, and the whole thing's going to sound strong, you know. work from the back to the front. Every time you get to the end passage, you already know what's coming up because you've played it. You play the set, that's split into 4 sections. Just break it down, start with the end, work your way backwards. Each time it's going to get stronger and stronger and stronger, and then just practice and practice and practice. Hope you're enjoying these videos. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends, share it, or don't, whatever you want. Thanks folks, bye.